I'm Nana Faraka. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice. The poor man working for the rich man. Rich man don't care about the poor, but look along the rich man own the poor man land. The poor say him can't take it no more, but look along the poor man working for the rich man. Rich man don't care about the poor, but look along the rich man own the poor man land. The poor say him can't take it no more. One day he started chanting, give me some land. Want get some land, wanna build my own house, be my own man then. Give me some land, want get some land, I wanna raise some little baby with a pretty black woman. Dirty Babylon, them want to stop the movement, stop the family, them bring down unemployment. Them want the black woman become a single parent. No daddy can about if Babylon not pay your rent. Where dirty Vatican servants start the enslavement. Buckingham get rich off of this slave shipment. Uncle Sam no want no reparation argument. Them just provide opportunities for prison sentence. Who profits from my whole community's imprisonment? This a big man up at top account him dollars and cents.
What do you have to tell the people about Rastafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. I left himself. Where's my ruler? Hey yo! Yeah. Hear them high, hear the black king born the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe.
Who?
Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at it. Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Chasmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of the Lion Voice. Welcome to the Lion Voice Network, and welcome to Lion Talk Live, our program where we come live with frontline workers in the Rastafari Pan-African movement. We have a very special guest tonight. We have been dormant for a little while because we have been on work time. Fresh family from Kingston, Jamaica. I was in Jamaica, just returned forward. I am fully loaded with content to share with the Lion Pride family. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I still have the St. Croix interviews, vlog to also share. We're going to be trying to process all of this as we move into the Roman calendar New Year. So just be patient with I and I, because we have too much and it's just a very small team currently. which is why I have to big up the Lion Pride and the Lion Pride on Patreon. We are 10 Fire Angels strong. That means 10 people I want to just shout out the Patreon family because we're ending the year strong. We were at 2 for almost a year and a half, 2 people. And in the last couple months, me see the soldiers them rallying. So I have a big up Sister Ipori, Sister Hayden, Ramia King Design, our sponsor. Me have to big him up. I have to bring up Sian in the UK. Big up yourself. Dr. Wolete, always, say a family. Lalabella Institute in South Florida. Big up, we're going to be talking about collaboration. Fight Babylon, big up yourself anyway you're there. Empress Jeannie out in California, our first guest on the Lion Love Show. Also joined our Patreon with a mighty strength. Sister Marie Robinson, one of our latest in the Patreon, and Shahid Cohen. Big up on yourself. These all have contributed dollars to the Lion Voice Network. They see the vision. We're just getting started, family. Trust me. Big plans in store. We did a historic partnership with I Never Knew TV. Those interviews are going to start to drop on the I Never Knew TV platform in the new year. After a while, we'll bring them over here as well, but we produce it for that platform, so you're going to see them over there. So we're going to have more family chatting into the Lion Pride on Patreon. So like I said, we give thanks. We're very humbled. I'm working on the end of the year program where we're going to be doing a review of everything we accomplished on the channel. And, I'm looking at the early time and 400 subscribers at the beginning of the year. We're over 2,000 right now. And, for this whole thing is a proof of concept because I've been advising clients to do things like this, build your ecosystem for years. And, finally just going ahead and doing it, creating your own platform, seeing it grow, nurturing it. It's very humbling, but it's very satisfying. Whole heap of work, but it's so satisfying to be able to create your own ecosystem and to see the support starting to roll in. So big up on yourself, family. Tonight, we have a special guest, one of Iman Key bona fide. When we use the word bona fide, say we have pull out some word sound. Bona fide brethren. That goes to the earliest parts of I and I Chad. This is a man where open Iman eyes to certain things where we see. And we are Chad as ballad. I live gallus lifestyle, cause that is what we learn as youths. And we see man a Chad up and burning a certain fire them time there. This is one of the angels. So it's a very special interview. The certain brethren will come on the platform is special to I, different because they impacted I man Chad directly. This is one of the brethren. He's also globally renowned as an artist. Played in whole heap of countries I can't remember, but it plenty. And I'm going to tell you about all the countries he's toured from. College days, the man pick up guitar. I watch the man learn how to play guitar, sit under the tree, and I work on him craft till he master the craft. He is also very big in agriculture. So it's not a brethren where just lip service. It's a brethren where now get into the agriculture industry, planting, chanting, chant and plant, him coined the term that, no stranger to the Washington, D.C. family. Currently residing in Kingston, Jamaica. Who am I talking about, family? I'm talking about none other than Ross Stephen Newland. I know him as Steve or G. You know what I mean?
Yeah, love.
Royal greetings, family.
Yeah, and I want to say right around the world, first of all, blessings, in the name of the holy name of Jah, Rastafari, Emperor Selassie the first and forevermore. Big up Rasquasi for all of the works. I first have to say the book, because I never get this formal platform for really send out congratulations to you and your team regarding the
Give,
book
give
of
me
the
a little more volume. Give me a little more volume.
the Priestly Warrior Kings book, you know, which
Yes.
is mightyful work. So we want to say definitely big up to you and your team for putting that out forward to the world. So, you know, I know it feel good like when you drop an album, eh?
Yeah,
Except
man.
this is in a great context such that people can start to see history from the races and from a black man perspective, you know, which we need more of. Not that it's the first, but we need much, much more of, which will also detain the illusion and dash it in a fiery pit. See me, so glad to get them truths forward for this generation, the forward and the one to come. We thank you very much for that works there, Rasta.
Big up yourself. Big up
Yeah.
yourself. Give me some more volume. For some reason, you sound a
Oh,
little
all right.
distant, but yeah, man. Give thanks. So, as I said, you know, I met the guy at Howard University. The I had already started the I chart, you know, when I came.
Yeah.
Give I and I a history. Who is Ras Stephen? Where were you born? And give
Right.
us your journey to Rastafari.
So wow, it's a whole that is a long program that, you know, brother. But I would say in a nutshell, you know, born in Kingston, Jamaica, of course, you know. Spent the first few years living in Edgewater, St. Catherine, which is Bridgeport to be exact. Big up to the Bridgeport Newton Avenue crew and St. Catherine crew, St. Andrew Kingston crew, likewise 14 Parish, you know. Born out there, then, you know, we did travel around as a youth. And then, of course, you know, the real thing was to be in Kingston and to learn about the herb culture, you know, because people might have said herb, this and that, but herb culture truly is who put me in touch with a lot of ancients and give me enough reasoning power. Man, like, you know, even some of the man we, you know, Bongo Time, them and, you know, Rasai Dow, you know, Moana G's and all of these great man, you know, that we got to meet as youths, just from Chalice Bonin and certain thing, the great Black Lion, Big Daddy, and the whole, you know, Deborah Z family up there, so big up Sedway, you know, Malakat and the crew. See, so yeah, you know, this is like teenage years now, you know, and treading it and learning, you know, being a roots man always still, you know, but never have no natty dreadlocks, or, you know, really was uplifting the thing in that current way, you know. Then just like I moved traveling into Washington in the college days now and meeting up with some red fire ample from all about to, you know, from Guyana, Trinidad, we had the agent in, you know, the Bingy house there, the elders. So it was like a linking of races from across time, across space, and across even culture, because you had man from East Africa, West Africa, South Africa, you had man from East America, West America, Canada, right through the Caribbean and right across, you know. And I mean, I can't even start name out man right now because, you know, said that I got to take up the whole program. But all of these man, you know, was a real joy in college to be really learning. I was in the School of Business at Howard University, as you know. And, you know, meet a whole heap of Irish from all different realms of thought, realms of art, realms of music, poetry, business, commerce, you know, those black minds shining, you know. This was 90s, mid 90s, and going into the late 90s, right? And then from there, you know, we got a degree in business and BBA in business, in a bachelor in business administration at Howard University Business School there, you know. And meanwhile, was getting the university in the streets of DC, in the streets of Virginia, in the streets of Maryland, streets of New York, streets of South Carolina, Miami, and all around other places to travel. And, you know, within this time, meeting angels, reading, reasoning, watching man's heavens crack up around you, holding on by your own, surviving, you know, navigating the challenges of being an immigrant, being a black man, being a Rasta man, being a college student, not being wealthy, you know. All of these things just gave us the richness of what really was required. At which point, you know, with the Mongoose and Jollibee, Ayo Martini and some other crew, we started our first band, Mabrak. where we used to play. And of course, this is where now this street, if you know DC, before DC was gentrified, you know, yeah, U Street used to be like the home for Rastas and all creatives because at any given night you could chat to a mic, a open mic, poetry cipher. You could chat to art exhibition, you know, underground exhibition. You could chat to this a reasoning, you know, Pan African reasoning. You could chat, just everything was going on all at once, everywhere, you know. And at these days, we'd have play at Adams Morgan, like Lions Den, Kaffa House, Nayala, State of the Union, all them clubs. Any club where really did have open mic, you know, that was us. And in the meantime, it was like more of a Rasta trading. It wasn't really a music thing, if you remember. It wasn't like so we have our intention for being a, you know, it's more like we just have some warrior in a this, you know, context. And within the context, all these things are a part of it, which is music. You know, I mean, even days I remember with the eye, a couple of days we tried to go over like Gillian Yard. I would just get up a bunch of herb and every man smoke up. I would just run tune with the guitar and man a beat on desk kind of scene. So remember it, and it wasn't like say a man of a blueprint for say, all right, you know, this in '97 we're going to do this and '98, you know, it was
It was
more
pure.
organic.
It
Yeah,
was
straight
pure.
organic survival reality.
Pure.
In fact, the first recording I made was a mistake. Seeing down on Kennedy Street with a brethren called Ian. Remember Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And him linked me now for going he might do some recording and him linked me, but it's really a herb juggling program I go up on. Zine. And we're going now and juggle some dime bag and what have you and in the lobby and the brethren now confuse me for an artist. Zine. And make me, like if say go in the booth, go warm up the boot there then. Kind of thing says me come in there for a card, but it's Ian in my pre. You know, see, so then it work out now. We go and we chant plant a little caliber up a orange hill. First recording, you know. And thing and the man him love it star too. All Ian surprise. Yeah, man. See, we did about 3 or 4 recording just so now. You know, same time I was learning guitar as you mentioned in the intro. And you know, just learning about chords and the octave and just trying to learn to sing, learning melodies, listening more keenly to music in this way as more of a hobby too and a meditation than like again, and there wasn't really no goal for say, oh, we are going to rest, you know. And then it step into now where we meet Black Mongoose, who's Derek Scott. And he had a little, you know, at this time, a recording studio at your home wasn't like nowadays. You know, it was a rare thing. Only mute man, we love music. Go Guitar Center, go spend $400 on a, you know, a MIDI system and a little sampler. What we did have again, a bass guitar, my little rhythm guitar. You know, we just had limited things, but we had unlimited imagination. We did play him some demo tapes and he love it straight off. Him listening on a little Walkman, some little cassette on the record, you know. Same way, so now me and him go record a couple tunes, you know. And then after, in the middle of that recording, say, yo, make us start a little band, Rasta. We named the band Mabrak. And it was me, him on bass, me on guitar and vocals, and then Jolly D on the djembe drum. And the Kwasi used to come in more time to enchant to do it. And we had Ayo Martini on the saxophone, and we had, it would be, you know, man and man that was traddy in Rasta, because at them time there, was no planting, you know, just go where the band stand there, electricity, and you don't know rocking. Yeah. So that brings us forward, you know, things get read away still on the campus, enough bridging. It coming like some type of season herb that go around the campus and, you know, some a little time and some whip man to kind of kick off mentally. But Jah love us and spare us to survive it. And graduated and returned to Jamaica now. And on return to Jamaica, we form our new band. This is 2000. Returned 99 July. And second, and then 2000 January we formed the Rootz Underground Reggae band.
And I want to just commend the guy because and I told the guy this. The guy was the first brethren I ever hear born threesome in college.
And all about it.
As a partner, I found that so strange. I say,
all we about it. Them gone for 4, some 5, some and 6. Gruesome.
But them time that was a rare thing, but that was a every man dream about them thing that I mean
Yeah,
every
well,
man said
no,
no.
well, let me tell you, question. You said it earlier again. This is not a thing for judgment upon a man, individual. This is
Yes.
a thing, it's a movement towards earth satisfaction and glory, right? And within that, you're going to also always have man who, never know things. And you learn just like we as youths who never know a lot of things now. Even since then, we've learned a lot. And I'm sure much more to go, a lot more to learn too. Seeing as the earth spin and new things come about and new things get revealed and exposed, even on the good and bad. Seeing, yeah, God, no, I can tell you I have a lot more fire to burn to, not just on trees, but on all type of things, which is gruesome,
Gruesome, yeah man.
Yeah, but in reality, still, we don't want to make it be like this, you know, judgmental. It's more like we are trying to look for similarities in mankind than
Yeah
a
man.
certain find a way, to be divisive and split the thing even further because one humanity, right? So one humanity means that even though I am a ras unmovable, Jehovah's, I can also fully understand a next man's point of view if it's unmovable, even if it's against my own. So these things in music and much more, we say, we want to see the man them come back more to a level of intelligence here, Rasta, instead of this sort of doctrinated and like fitting a logo or fitting this thing, want man to think freely with the information that's available to them, reasoning power, as well as the I contributed now to this mighty works of the book, so man can read some undiluted African history and Ethiopian legacy instead of a man I tell about you see me how I Selassie I did this and this wrong when we know say it never goes up. So these things and many more we love Rasta and to be able to have the ability to live it, to walk like we talk is a great joy, meaning to still loving Africa. We're still building Jamaica. We're still building the black families. We're still fighting for truth, rights, and equal rights and justice. And we're still, pushing forward the movement and the message of far right in all corners we try unapologetically.
I know the music means a lot to the eye, but you can be a musical rebel without embracing Rastafari. What was it that made the eye embrace His Majesty, and say, okay, it's Haile Selassie we are defending right now? What was that, part of the journey? We know the music drew the eye, and that was always part of
Well,
the eye.
for me, Ross, it was kind of not. It was like the opposite of what a lot of man experiences because a lot of man, especially in Jamaica, what you find happening is man get in a context, and within that context now, if you're there in a studio and every man is a Rasta in the studio, it's hard for really hear the truth reasoning so much and deny it, right? But with me, it's the opposite. It was more like Rasta was first, music comes second.
Okay.
I said a lot of time you see man come to Rasta through reggae music, but I more come to reggae music through Rastafari.
Okay.
And even at Howard, the very first day of business school, a man said in the orientation, one of the professors said, if you don't love money, this is like the intro, So if you don't love money, you're in the wrong place. Rastafari, you're in the wrong place coming to love money. Zane, but the thing is now, all of these things is also spurring me towards the King of Kings because it spurred me towards an independent self. It spurred me toward being creative. It spurred me toward building something outside of that construct of the Babylonian system, which is what enough man, unfortunately, they get shackled in it, even unwittingly get shackled into it. You see it? But then some other man on the flip side get shackled into lack of knowledge because them a fight knowledge now. They must say, oh, should come from a university or should come from over here, so over there. So nah, I'm accept it neither. So God bless me if we can get a full spectrum of knowledge, while being there, while here in Jamaica too. I can get the so-called secular point of view. When we as a Ras say secular, we are talking non-Rasta. But we see those perspectives too, and we can still find Rastafari within them because we don't sight up the highest heights. See it. So it's great. It's a great job. Even now, everything you see in this modernity now, No Rasta tell you first, man, ital livity, ital nutrition, marijuana healing herbal culture, roots medicine, right? Alternative medicine, higher philosophy, I Ching, I King philosophies. See, may I show you the power of positive thinking, the law of attraction, 7 spiritual laws. All of these things is Ras. First, bring us to it, fire. Remember you don't forget that massive who is listening. See? Think back in your childhood, who you first there with that reasoning there. No doubt. You know, see it. So yeah, man, and while we say that now, you know, His Majesty, to me personally, again, because it's within travels now again, you know. Right? 'Cause in Jamaica, as a youth, as a teenager, I know say, yeah, man, out of all of these things being put in front of I, Rastafari is the one we gravitate towards most lovingly and willingly, even within the resistance, you know, see. But then traveling now to, I just get to see Rastafari and all things. You know, I get to see it. I go Italy and I get to see Rastafari. We play a concert in Rome, and many Rastas was out there singing with us and chanting down Rome, in Rome, to say the way. You know, see it. We've been in Ethiopia, we've been in America, we've been in South America, in Venezuela, Colombia. We get a real travel opportunity to see Rasta, you know, and the joy is, even as a musician now, you chant out to an audience of 10,000 or 20,000. And you say, you know, it might be an audience comprised of every religion, right? You have representatives of all religion, but when you say Jah, Rastafari, I said them know and them feel that, you better believe. Dean, regardless of the corner, even if it's a youth, they've never heard it before. Them go and go research up that. See? And even the elders, them, we see, hey, from we are trying to many big grown man, you know. We see Natty up since we know them, you know. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man, there's some bank manager, but say nuts up.
So when did I started
Cousin Barry, big up Cousin Barry in Florida.
Yeah, when did I started School of Business? I did already Ras them time there?
No, well, I am a Rasta always, but I never have no dreadlocks.
No, I mean even accepting His Majesty.
But you know, at that time, bro, it was a much more cultural thing than a spiritual thing for me.
Okay, so it was at Howard then. It was at Howard.
Yeah, man, absolutely at Howard. I mean, all right, so let's get more into the specifics. Cause I know sometimes man skirt around.
Yeah, because remember, say me live it with the eye, you know. Me live it with the eye, so that's why I want record it, because when you're talking
forward together, man. Don't
yeah, man. When you're talking, I realize that this is a cinematic movie, you know. What happened in DC in that era with the amount of Rastas that were around and the whole setting. You know what I mean? It's really a cinematic thing.
And may I say that DC and the Nyabingi House in DC particularly, right, serve to really be a really, what I say now, like a central core.
Yeah, man.
The spread of the movement throughout. Because if you think back to the man them were in at the Bingi House and the Iowa, right, have gone on to the mighty works right around the globe, you know, including, I mean, the I's own self. My own band, you have, you know, the Midnight Band, Soldier Crew, you have so many, I mean, I can't even name everyone. Ras Mugabe,
Bingi Sean,
Ras I don't pass away with the mother and antique them and they set it. So what I'm saying is, this was a time when music was one of the expression within this renaissance that I and I was experiencing as Rasta. All of us, not just I personally, but all of we. See me? Somebody, even the man them were lose them Evans. This was also what they were experiencing, and maybe them experienced on such a high vibration that they couldn't hold it. You know, and it made them not able to function in a regular, so-called regular society. See? And we see ones go and come. We see ones go and get even firmer too. You see me? In that, following that description. So we don't even want to even call it a thing. But what we do want to say is that the power of Rastafari is very mighty. Was then, was before then, and is going to continue to be. Said way in the I self and in all who listen. And all who learning even now too, we'll see the truth.
Can I believe that is almost 30 years ago, King?
Seem
that
unreal.
We're talking about. Yeah. Blinking of an eye, you know?
Seem unreal, but it's real. And many ones gone to shut up since that Iowa, and many ones, you know, still hold the faith and keep on the culture and the movement going forward. Now, you notice I keep on referring to the movement because
Yes.
we know how the split go and why people always like to try define out the thing down to dilution. See? So I like to say the movement from a standpoint of inclusivity because we are say all ones who is trying to build Africa is part of this movement. All ones who's trying to build goodness and justice is part of our movement. And all ones who stand for the teachings of His Majesty is part of the movement. Whether they themselves have said that or not, it's still because it's the works really fulfilled where make it reality, you know. So the music, again, I will stress because this is also a segue into the eco works. The music is also a representation of a mightier thing, right? And each aspect of this mightier thing is a representation of itself within the music and within other things too, you know. And the music just end up to be the vehicle where spread it in the most effective, rapid, and sort of meaningful way, you know. But the message is the key, man. If the youths them who's doing the music gone off message, it's like a politician go off message, you know. If one of them guys running for the White House now, them go off a message, them going to lose, you know. So we as a Ras, we can never go off message, and we don't have to wonder what the message is because we have the message sealed and delivered through His Imperial Majesty works, through his autobiographies, through the history of Africa and Ethiopia, and through our own I own divine self within. You know, we have it. We don't have to ask.
You know? What is it? When was the first time you read the autobiography?
Still reading it and still continue to read it because it's one of these mystical. Hey, you see me, you know, I have some book in it. You can ask my family them, you know. I have some book in a course where I've been reading them for 30 years. Yeah, man, Jaja. Zen Flesh, Zen Bones. Yeah, man. The opinions and philosophies of Marcus I. These books is books where you don't read them, you know, brother. Because then it's like one of the Zen masters saying, you know, you don't want to learn strictly for teaching. You know, you have someone to learn so them can say, you know, this is rare. But you want to learn to be in the glory. See? And even in one of our new songs, but it's the elders who get it from good said being girls. Them say if you see him as a man, you get a man pay. If you see him as a king, you get a kingly portion. And if you see him as divine, now the parable that say, if you see him as divine, you get a divine portion. But I say, if you see him as divine, you already know the joy that's inside. You know, it's not a get like not the future thing. Yeah, you don't get it already.
Yeah, man, in the know.
No.
We live it. We live it.
Living
1 second here. We have Nicholas say Powers making it happen, growing the Patreon one by one. Big up yourself, Nicholas.
I congratulate that on a 500%.
Yeah, man. He's one of the brethren that has, you know, had a consultation with I told him about the Patreon, so he's watching the implementation. You know, again, we've told people, you know, even I told the about Patreon and these things. Because I do believe for creatives, these technologies are now a game changer. You know, where we can now harness the support and we can create our own ecosystem so that we're not depending on the system because the system has been corrupted. So we need to go direct to the consumer, the people who are consuming our output, and really establish that relationship directly. So big up yourself, Nicholas. You're seeing the work in real time. Win. Say bless. Big up yourself, Win.
Yes,
regular watchers them. Jenny Rootz said greetings. I had gotten the demo album in the 90s. So Jenny must be a DMV family. Big up yourself, Jenny Rootz.
Jenny Rootz,
original Brandy. Tidwell said testimony. Big up Brandy is a regular.
I like a Randy photo.
Yeah, man, Brandy is a regular. I love not money. Yes, Brandy, big up yourself.
Brandy,
these are our regular commentators. So, but bless up yourself, family. Big up Andre. P. Jude is
Yes, Andre.
original Lion Pride. Bless up yourself. Long time, Andre. Big up yourself. Good
Yes.
to see the eye, family reunion.
Beautiful.
And I'm moving.
Yeah, man. Such a beautiful,
DJ Rebellion
such a
Atlanta
beautiful
family on the
day.
check-in. Big up the Lion. Yes. DJ
DJ Rebellion
Rebellion.
yourself, brother.
Yeah, man. These are the family, Empress Men and I.
Empress Mene.
So yeah, man. Lion Pride tuning. We give thanks. So tell us about Rootz Underground. This band globally known. I saw as you said, you had a band here in DC. Take us
Yeah.
from the band in DC. You ended up returning to Jamaica. Take us from right there into the founding of Rootz Underground.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, the next step of the game now was that, you know, college days seal up now, and but even more importantly, the original band, different man had different chad to take. So the band was really on its way to kind of coming to an end in Mabrak. And I was heading to Jamaica again after having been away for 4 years. So now 4 going on 5 years too. So now, yeah, reach forward to Jamaica now, and it's like one of these type of Marty McFly moment, where so much change. It's like a time machine me going on, because while me I come forward from the future in certain ways, in other ways now it's like I have a whole heap of catching up to do forward to said way within the roots, and a whole heap of elders for link, and now that I know about all of this Rasta culture that I need to immerse in, me have all of these visits to go make all of them river for go swimming now. You know what I mean? So that's when that mission they begin, and then know what happened was, I remember I was saying that the music is just a part of what comprises us. See it. So now at this time, I work for, I get a job with a company called Lasco. I got a job with
Big
several
company,
companies.
big company in
Yeah, a
Jamaica.
very big company. And in fact, chairman recently passed away, and we want to big him up to car. He did a lot for poor people in Jamaica. And I was happy to be a part of that team, because one of the reasons I even chose it, me being militant too. Never really want to be too, the commercial world and rare. And this was a very grassroots company, a company that really there in the ghetto and really help out the sufferers a lot. And we do a whole heap of treat, and with my being in the marketing team, we're able to do a whole heap of, yeah, man, I don't like to talk about this works, but we did a lot as a company, let's say, for the citizens of Jamaica as a whole. And the company, in reciprocity, became immensely successful. And I can tell once and once that this was primarily from the kindness of the chairman, who many heads roll to see a poor man get a better deal. If you understand what I say. So that was that going on. And in the meantime, now, so the fire burning inside now, because the music thing done spark up in me. But now it's a 9 to 5 scenario. Likewise, my brethren Jeff Masalaman, 9 to 5 scenarios working at Ray and Nephew. And Charles Lazarus. At the time, we had Beecher Barrett, who was running Jimmy Cliff Studio, right, as our drummer. We had man like Aaron Johnston on the keyboard. We had man like Gregory Aiken, Wilde Christos. We had Colin Young on the bass guitar, Connie Bell on the vocals. And together, we started a little vibration. It wasn't really a band. It was a vibration. Where on a Friday, instead of go party and we'd just link and play some music. And then because I had the foundation with Mabrak and had written these tunes, had a couple recording, we use that now as a sort of foundation and stepping stones for credibility and to really get the thing up and running. I rehearsed for years, brother. From 2000, rehearse, 2001, 2002, 2003, 4. And then 2004, we started playing shows now in locally, just around Kingston, little. Was a part of that live music scene at the time, which was Mile High Band with Testa and Chain, Downstairs, which was a alternative reggae rock band too, similar to what we was doing. And many, many, many more. These were just some of the names. We had Ray Darwin, the People's Chat. I mean, so many to name, Big up man like Ibo Cooper, who never miss a Tuesday night at Harry Bar or Thursday night at the Jam, was always there to guide us. And he's called me Herb Field after one hour tune them. And every time him see me, him run on the keyboard for go play Herb Field as a fond memory I have of the maestro Ibo Cooper. And through that time, it was never again, brother, believe me, it wasn't like we have a blueprint. I'm more like we say we do this thing, and then people them start like it. We started to put on paid shows, people start coming to the show. At the time, we were a contributing force in the live music scene here in Kingston. So you found more bands started coming on the scene, Skygrass, some other bands start coming out, Gas Money, Rage, Crimson Heart Replica, all these bands just was there and they were really great. And we had our own little sort of nucleus of our live music scene, different from the awesomeness that was going on in the revolution of Rasta Reggae within Jamaican, Sizzler Kalanji, which all of that genesis now was, even before our days from Garnet Silk pass on, leading up to this time I tell you about now, was this Rasta revolution, or that let's say that wave of the Rasta revolution in music. So even Capleton, Buju Banton, all of these artists now start Sight Farai and Natty Up. I remember seeing a good little bit with me when Buju did perform at DC Live one time in a wheelchair. You did that with me, no? Well, we did chat it, man. I got to see Gargamel. Them time they till Shiloh just a come out and Buju just a rast up and things. So it was a mighty.
I don't think I was on that chad.
It was a mighty.
I did see Buju in DC though. I definitely saw Buju in DC.
Mightyful times. What was going on? Just Luciano just came on the scene with Glory B, Mosai Jan.
Big tune.
All of these beautiful. I mean, put it this way, as a rast of 19, whatever, 18, 19 at this time, could not be better, bro. Music can't run out, good vibes can't run out, knowledge just a spark like wildfire. You have these legendary amples all around us on a daily basis, giving us history, counsel, teachings. Big up Ras Iris, still with us. Man like Bongo Jack, move up, and Ras Ido, all of them wonderful ample. I have a fond recollection of Naya Bingi in the park. It wasn't Malcolm X Park, a next park we used to keep Bingi sometime. And Banneker Park. And there was a little row where a Bubba man forward, and big up to all Bubba Shanti, Aya Shanti priests worldwide, This man forward and see the joy. I imagine in America, bro. So just like the rest of the Rastas, you see the ice cream and gold. It's not I'm drumming. You want to be a part. So him come up now, but some man I say, yo, fire, you can't have no turban. The tabernacle reasoning, and it became a raw Rasta. And I remember being a young warrior watching it, and there was a little girl there who was about 3 or 4 years old, who was Ras Mugabe, like a daughter.
Okay.
She never have on a headgear. And Rasta, it got heated to where even some of the man them was a defender Bubba priest. Some of the other man them, it's got to be this thing. And Rasta said, listen, if you think that this ancient shouldn't forward to the bingy, then take up this little girl and throw her in the fire right now. See? Because she's not wearing no headdress. And that quiet everyone, brethren, and I was shocked. Yeah, I was shocked, brethren, but here I know, it quiet the row. And then when the row quiet, Rasido said again, and now let us listen to the chief musician, who is the Emperor Haile Selassie Jah, Rastafari. Always have that little sweet style.
Yeah, man.
And I just that news and the apps ride up even higher than before. And even though the Ayashanti priest never, him couldn't get that full fury off him, still did come in at the Iowa and Demonsui and the little girl.
Why is Iris
all of these beautiful things me sip on a daily fire. So you would have to invite me every Thursday. You see me? Yeah.
No. As I said, we take it for granted what the Jerusalem school we get in a DC, but it really was special.
Very, very
really
powerful
special
time. How then could we not take this and want to share it?
Yeah.
How then could we
the heart of
and
Babylon
now want to share it with our hygiene and our sister brethren?
Forged in the fire.
Yeah.
So when did the name Rootz Underground come about? You're rehearsing 2004.
Rootz Underground. Yeah, them same Iowa. Same Iowa, Sister Shanna. because at the time, as I mentioned now, there was an underground music scene. So, you
Yeah.
know, this scene is more like, I don't want to put any title to it, but it was just a difference from what was the typical sort of trajectory of an artist. You go, you work with certain producers on certain rhythms. You know, it was more of a thing that had its own genesis where people learned instruments, people did vocal training, people did learn their bass guitar, learn instruments. I mean, my whole band in all the way were self-taught. You know, I wouldn't say I didn't like the self-taught because all the way together in the trad, you know.
Yes.
We'll pick up a piece from a man, two-man teacher, a new card, a singer thing, you try it. You know, I saw the thing learn over the years.
Yeah, I put in whole heap of work. Me city, I put in whole heap of work on the guitar, you know.
Right. And yet it just can culminate in 3 minutes or a moment. You know? So that's why but yet it's simple but not simplistic. Because it's just like the chad of Rastafari. Enough man look at some simple man of Jamaica, not realizing the mighty powers of them are fling for decades. In some cases, centuries. Yeah, but the fullness is that really is love for Jah. And the sister now say underground. But then she say underground, but other man is more like I sing about roots things. You know, the other man them do alternative and rock and but other man I sing reggae and roots Rasta reggae at that. But you're also part of the scene. So that's kind of now the name just kind of I emerge into Roots Underground.
Okay, makes
Where the
sense.
roots, which is where the roots are predominantly.
Underground.
Yeah, and then is if you see what go on in Babylon now, Rasta. Underground, all man a build millionaire, a build all bunker for there will be underground. So it's a whole word sound.
So that scene in Jamaica, was it mostly uptown or was it mixed with?
It was a mix, man. It was a nice mix. Cause you see the beauty of music now. Music, unlike other things, come from the heart. So music is not a, you know what I mean? You could not be, you know, I like football for this reason. You can be a sufferer and become a football maestro because there's a heart of football that you can't take from a poor man. And no amount of Chris Boots or Shin Guard and Pretty Socks can give a man that. And this is music too. So what it was we were able to just provide an arena wherein man can come and sing something which is don't have to be about under a girl frock, bleaching, gun. It just don't have to be that. And you know, while I'm saying that still, I understand fully why in a different context it has to be that. See, people don't like to admit it, but in certain contexts it has to be that, bro. Because that's what is going on in reality. See, and the music, the reality come out in real music. You know, so what we were able to do now is, especially me as a lyricist primarily, to take a lot of that same powers you described earlier in the program, a lot of that reason power from these ancients, a lot of this experience in we visualize, we smell, taste, hear, touch, and see, and put it into a lyrical format within this Roots Underground context, right? So that we can still be praising an island far eye, you know, but in a way that is original and it's not going to be a copy. Because remember, brother, after the era of the 60s, 70s, 80s in reggae music, it's very difficult to get as high and to that level, you know, just because of the high level it has been and remains at. So in order to be original, you still require a level of daring and courage, you know, but that don't mean you have to veer away from far right neither, as we have hopefully set that example and you know, the pathway for you. And it has been, and it's a reality of many young artists to take this trad too. And we hope we can encourage them, all of them right now, right, to keep on that roots part, you know, and remember to hail the king both in secret and in the open, and also to love and spread the message of love and not of vanity and material wealth.
I got somewhat of a hit song early with Roots Underground in the Caribbean. Talk to us about that process. You had music video that was
Well,
playing. You
my
know what I
brethren,
mean?
my
What was
brethren,
that?
don't
Yeah.
that's what I'm sure, you'd have to probably talk to some man with some hit song in that context of a hit, because what happened with us again, bro, was just a context that the Far Right provided for us to take the message on a global scale, because there was no such context. See me? The context would have been, we would have known, and not know, okay, reach a level, we're back. We have to go back now to one of the channels that existed. But then Far Right, in his infinite wisdom, put forward the minds of someone to create this channel called Tempo, which is an affiliate of Viacom. So this provided an ability for us to get to not only the BET used to have our one name BET J2, which was BET Caribbean channel, right? You remember that? See, at the same time, Jamaican brethren of mine, Kimani Robinson and his partners, set up a brilliant thing called RETV. Don't watch yourself, right? So between RETV, BETJ, and Tempo, which was now the Caribbean MTV, our first single from our debut album, Victims of the System, was able to shot to, I would have said skyrocket to #1 upon all of them thing there, And then we had the privilege of it staying there at #1. It never came off the charts, never came off #1. We actually went to New York, and again, Jaggy with the humble glory. We went to New York, and bless up Empress Janelle and Macedon and Quiz and all the crew at this time supporting it. And we retired it straight from #1, almost unheard of in the industry, right? And again, because Far Right Show said, and after 4 months of #1, let's give others an equal chance to get an opportunity to tour and get their thing to be on #1, and also to just try raise the bar for the next wave and etc. So it was a mighty full thing, Bridget, and as you can see, I'm not taking credit for the success of anyone in the music industry, but definitely I would say I was happy to encourage many, many young musicians to be free to become successful.
Yeah. What year was that? Just for those who may not be familiar, what year was that?
About 2005 or 6. Yeah, 2006.
There wasn't a lot of conscious music that time.
This was, remember I mentioned about the Garnet Silk lull.
Yes.
Garnet Silk was hitting in like late
90s.
Early 90s, late 80s. He was bubbling, and unfortunately was assassinated in 94. Yes. Then at that time in 94, and this was also my genesis in the Rootz too, because Garnet Silk was the man who, even when we used to go them like young boy party when we were young, when the selector would go from soca or disco or this and play There Is No Time to Gaze, or this was even before that. Sizzla came afterwards.
After that, yeah.
When
it was mid-90s.
Christ in His Kingly Character.
Yes, big tune.
One of the most formative concerts I ever been to was Garnet Silk at White River Reggae Bash.
Okay, I think that's on YouTube.
1994, one of the best reggae show of all time. And yeah, man, when Garnet still licked them with the Behold, everyone had to behold.
Archangel.
Wow.
The Archangel.
Remember me tell you. See,
yeah, man.
And again, I would encourage all the listeners, if you don't know, this is one of the greatest history of reggae, Garnet Silk. Listen to his tunes, and not just his tunes, his interviews and where he's coming from, because they assassinated him at age 27. He's one of the few man where I come with the Christ message direct, undiluted, and that's why it really got too hot for Babylon. But the real thing now is that this creates this genesis, and this genesis spur into the rest of the 90s, right into 2000s. And the lull you're referring to now was when, what did really go on now was there was this big thing in the Rootz world where man did feel like the judgment was going to be 1999. Many, many learned scholars and many one. I don't know if I recall it fully.
Yes, sir.
Now it go down in history as a conspiracy theory and
Y2K and all kind of
thing, and man lose them religion, gain religion, start religion, stop religion, enough things that go on in the Iowa.
Yeah, man, 2000. That's when I graduated too.
Right. And I left Howard in 99, right before all of that vibe. So the point being, though, that when them say, oh, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, and those that dwell therein, see, right now then, instead of the fire get hotter, which we strive for it to be, them fire go down or went out. Can I say, oh, Y2K now go on back to the
Party
folly.
time. Party time.
Back to the folly again. You see, so yeah, man, and then of course that affects the music, that affects the film, that affects the poetry, that affects the theater, that affects the industry, that affects the zeitgeist, that affects the news media. See me? That's like I love when Midnight they come with the tune and say propaganda news media. See? Yeah, but the original man he is black, he's African. I love it. See, and
And
again,
a brethren asked if they had know Von Benjamin in the DC
oh,
days.
that's a whole episode unto itself again, my brother. Lion Pride, you know. I wonder if it's the same Lion Pride. I'm a hygiene from yard in the man. Lion Pride, big up. But yo, I know Von very well from them Iowa, them man. The very first time I met him was at Kaffa House. We were doing His Imperial Majesty Earthstrong 1998. We still have the flyer too. See? And Von did forward without Midnight band. At the time, I think they were Midnight Ride. Or, you know, just had turned midnight. But he came and did a mystical poem where him do the link between Ra, Jah. You remember that poem there? Yeah, man. At first, when they meet him, I'm going to say, oh, that I'm plays a mad poet in a seat. And then now, so happen now, you know these things work. By about a couple of days later, we'll go open mic down by Lions Den, Adams Morgan. Remember that little club, the Underground, Kwasi? Yeah, and then down there, they have a open mic. There I call that, right? And my Rasta just eat there. I would just, yeah, man, at the first, me to do a thing and pass the mic and all branch in. Take it, and when they touch it, man, I couldn't believe people have loved it. That was one. And then from this on, we started to just like, you know, you're on campus, you hear of the song, oh, Midnight I play tonight down Nayala, you know. Midnight I play a Kaffa House, right with us forward. And at the beginning time and time, them still do all Bob Marley tunes and, you know, yeah, she speaks with simple eloquence. She beauty's a troublemaker. Them tune there, you know. Ron Benjamin can testify to that. See, and yeah, man, I'm a brethren, and years went by when I came to Jamaica, hadn't seen him, and his assistant from DC come check me and bring me a book, Khalil Gibran, The Prophet, and in the book was a cutout from the city paper, see, and on the back of the cutout was an ad for Midnight, and I never, Rasta, I don't know how, mystically, I call, even though I used to see them so much, and then mystically again, Tempo did a feature in St. Croix, and who do I behold but the great Midnight live in St. Croix on the TV. You haven't said Jaja, saying, and then that was around the same time. Now it culminated where we started to tour, and we met them forward again all over tour. So many times either were doing tour runs with Midnight or they were on festival with us. And of course, when we're done, first order business is reasoning for them green room. You know, as always. Yeah, man. That was always trying to show while some 3-4 o'clock where I left the venue, you know. And thing. And over the years, man, it was just nothing but great joys. Every time we used to say Midnight up on the tour, you know, your heart full up. And they were always coming with something innovative. And even though we did E minor, A minor, D minor, but still infinite innovation, Bridget, right? Lyrical innovation and spiritual order, you know, literacy exponentially growing. You know, even now, I still decipher tunes what was written in that Iowa.
Yeah, man. You have to have good dictionary to deal with Von Benjamin.
So it was beautiful, and of course, we got the opportunity to record with him in 2017, and we had planned to do many more, but you know, it wasn't so. So we did a tune called Frontline Hard Drive with the great Akebeka Von Benjamin. Yeah, man, and that's miss him a lot, and still my most listened to him and the Tough Gang, most listened to of my entire music. Lion a lot.
Give thanks. So talk about the touring. Some of the challenges of touring and some of the benefits or some of the things you love about touring.
Touring is a beautiful thing. We'll start with the first thing, which Grace said that is, we first want to say give thanks to every musician trying to tour. We try to encourage them to, you know, Sometimes take the leap of faith through the fire, through the wire. Get touring, man. Get to your brethren and sister. I love you. I want to see you. I want to share your heart. I want to share your soul. I want to know your thoughts. I want to put up some eyes with the eye. So that's one. Number two, I would say, remember, massive, touring now is infinite because the technology allows you to bridge the space-time continuum forever through recording and other things. So when you're going out there, don't just think of it like you're going to do a one show, 1 hour in one city. Remember that this is a whole universe forever, right?
Content.
Yeah, and also which what means is that the level of preparation that is put in to each song and each show and each performance and each delivery must be impeccable, right? There's a famous Zen writing where, you know, a man come in a restaurant and he want to show off to him crew. So him don't want to wait and tell the waiter to send for the owner. As the owner him order from, and the owner forward and in his show off manner, he must say, bring us the best thing you have in your restaurant. See? And the owner said, I apologize, but everything we have in our restaurant is the best. See? Yeah, man. So in that way, I said to my Rasta brethren and sister, all ones, everything you have is the best. Make it be the best. It's what you have, nobody else don't have it. See? So make it be the best, and remember it's infinite. Now, getting down to the practicality, please. Preparedness, even when we're getting ready for this interview, we do the sound check. Why? Because I never know if somebody needs to install Chrome as a yeah, man. So the preparedness aspect, rehearsal, absolutely. Health, critical, right? Notwithstanding pandemic and all of these, or pandemic as I even call it, but health, I mean, just because you're going to be exposed to all different type of things, in a public sphere, you're in maybe not even the most germ-free setting all the while through your travels, right? Whether in the plane, in the airport, train, tour bus, hotel, etc., right? So you keep your immune system on the tip top, not in preparation for the tour, but in preparation for life in general, and keep your ample in the best condition, fruits and vegetables. You see me? And if you use herb, try to use the best herb, unpolluted, and meditation and fasting, very important for that balance to get all of those things activating the right way. You don't want to overuse herb, you don't want to overeat vegetables, you don't want to undereat nourishment, and you don't want to go too fast and not take time for the own self to meditate and hail Jah. What meditation, a brethren once said to me, the voice of your conscience is the voice of the Isla Spirit, which is the voice in the Rastaman, that's the voice of His Majesty. So that clarity to the connection of His Majesty is best felt in a clean temple, in a nice temple. Like if you're hungry, if your head hurt you, if you commit sin, where all of these things block you from giving Isis in the most joyful manner. Day to day, I'm not even talking like, like I'm gonna take a record of you. I just mean like every day, as much as possible all day, feel that happiness there, feel, be in nature, the full joy of the creation, and remember to give thanks, So that part of the health is critical, because this is also the thing that when people talk about how them homesick and they miss them home and think, no, because we're telepathically connected to everywhere in home. Like I'm telepathically connected to Isaiah. See, so I don't even have to send him no email. Cause him there with me. Yeah, you know what I mean? Likewise now though, I would say the technology makes things just like how we're having this reasoning and others can share in it, similar to what we were doing in person in Jamaica the other night. You see me? But now the technology is much as to say again, bridging the space-time continuum. Right, so it allows this reasoning power to take place with many, many ones tonight, right now, live, but also within the recording archives of the iThing, and even further out. I remember I was reasoning about Muta show. I know, I read did come just for the benefit of others. In recent times, now it starts to publish many of Muta cutting edge program from decades go back now till you can go check out Rasmati Plano, and you can check out Abba, and you can check out many ones. The Minister Farrakhan, many high reasoning. in this way. So I say no technology, I don't know, as a musician, the knowledge is spreading and it's easy to verify, you know. So these beautiful things now we want to use within the tour as our advantage. What I start to see happening is the vanity bug start take them over. So they start to talk mostly about self and now give the glory again to where it's the source of the glory. Them start telling you how great and everything is about the album soon drop and you know them way there. See? But yes, promote the album. But remember what caused the album to forward. You
The
know?
message have to
Yeah.
take the precedence. Where was the first place Rootz Underground traveled outside of Jamaica? Do you remember?
I do. It was Miami, Florida.
Okay.
We went to play again. You see, the beauty of everything how far I work is like it's an art festival. It happened actually. Every December it happens Art Basel Festival.
Art Basel. Okay.
Yeah. So we just got a one-away call. Our booking agent headline at the time. They just shouted us and said, "Yo, we hear your music is great and you have a great performance." And they brought us to play. And it was a weird setup because it's like the stage there is a pool between us and the audience. See? But the power of the music make it now so that when the music start catching them, come around and squeeze up between the pool and the stage, and a couple of ones are dropping at the pool, and yeah, man. Yeah. So that was our first opportunity. That was December 2005. So where we then fly us out, and then shortly after that went to Pennsylvania, to Allegheny County, in rural Pennsylvania, and played a concert out there that was our first big concert to 8,000. Yeah. And then from there now we were able to put together a team where we were able to get it to go on tour. Big up to the Mystic Urchin crew and everyone who participated in making it happen to get us on the road. I can't be ungrateful to Jah because it's really the rebel determination and the courage and the ability to really believe in your art and put it forward courageously that allowed us to have those benefits, And yeah, then from there we started traveling extensively from 2005, 6, 7, start traveling extensively, 8, 9, 10, start touch up. Them say you have foreign, you have abroad, and you have overseas.
Break it down.
Yeah, man. Well,
where's foreign?
I would have called him a drummer for this one, So them say abroad now is nearby. Like you go abroad is like maybe Miami, Atlanta, like a short trip, one flight. When you go foreign now, you might have to connect. See, but overseas now is you're on the plane hours and hours. They must say that are overseas. But the beauty of it is that Jah people is everywhere. Rasta people is everywhere. And sometimes when you go to a place that you don't see Rasta people as yet, it's because you're the first one to bring the message. And Rasta people, by the next time you go there again, trust me, crazy about the Rasta people, sprout up. Yeah, man. So it is really an amazing piece of history because even places like, a lot of places we've been, when we got there first, culture was not so reggae or not so Rasta. And then due to all of the works, not just us, but all the work of the promoters and the reggae artists, the bands, the musicians, the Rastas that do the management behind the scene, promo, booking agents, stylists, everyone. See? Build up the thing on a level, Rasta. The only thing we want to know is we want to see it really build up Africa more, Jamaica more, in terms of the financial gain, We don't want to see so many musician families still suffer or can't have opportunities due to just money thing or, and we don't really want the guard to become corrupted. When I say the guard, I mean like the gateway to be corrupted, because once the gateway be corrupted, then you start to hear the quality and the content starts to be corrupted also, So, and you see it too. It's been happening. It's been happening. Within the growth, there's immense growth, but there's also immense corruption too. And little, you see it emerge.
And a lot of that comes because we don't control the avenues.
That's cool, man. Man get frustrated. Man get frustrated, in a music business, you know. But and you know what? This is a good segue into what we want to talk about with agriculture, because
Yes.
I say again, right? Baba Tunde recently passed on, and one of his most popular parable was "No culture without agriculture."
Baba Dono, yes. Big him up.
Baba Tuna, yeah. No culture without agriculture is what I'm saying.
Yes.
And again, you know, in these DC Iowa, we learn this. I was come forward with the tune "Music is Farming." So be careful what you're planting. Now, here we are again. We're saying, planting is music. Yeah, you know, planting is music. Agriculture. Let me say it again, like the ones them here. Agriculture is culture. You know, him used to say there is no culture without agriculture. But I say agriculture is the culture. See? Because in two tools, if there's no food, there's no music, there's no art, there's not even any ones to push out that. So we want to take it to the roots, literally and figurative, in the sense that we examine a system like Jamaica now, where you have 14 parish, soon to be 15 parish. Within this 15 parish, there's just shy of 3 million. We know say the census get tricked, see, but we know again says 3 million Jamaicans dip on the rock right now with me. See? We also know the education system is taking a beating, has been over decades. So we know say right now we have a lot of uneducated according to that system. Man, when they can't get no work, etc. So we have to now use the spark of the education or the education that Jah has given us naturally within. For build up the agronomy again here in yard. Why do I say this? Well, because you cannot just have the land sitting idly by and food is in shortage and scarcity and short supply.
Stick a pin right there, because before we get deep into the agricultural reasoning, I want the eye just give us the pinnacle of your touring. Give me a country, a
Oh yeah, man.
show, a moment that stands out in your heavens that this
Well, one of
was.
the most beautiful. I don't like to do this because there's so many beautiful and you know it's
Give
similar.
us a couple. Give us a
It's
couple.
it's almost like one thing, you know. In the eye, you know, when I look on it in the iris, if I was to write a book now, a biography, it would be like one continuous show. But I have to say that I'm playing in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, 2019, and His Majesty Earthstrong was a the whole trip was very powerful for I personally, because while I'd been to Ethiopia once before, this was the first time I'd come with my whole band, and we did promo and did some shows at the 12 Tribes HQ in Shasha, and then we stayed at Zion, place name Zion Country. It's not Zion Country. Zion is Zion something in a Shasha, and the IG name was this like an oasis we stayed at, bro, in Shasha, you know. And then the night of the King Earthstrong, a rain came down like I never see rain yet, Bridging, like you know what I mean, like I can't describe the type of rain, like we're gonna wash away kind of rain. And then at around right before the sunrise, the rain, like you're in Jamaica when it rain, it kind of go down to a drizzle and then ease off. This rain never did that. It just fall torrentially and then stop on a dime. And then as it stopped, you just hear like the faint drumming in the distance all over, and the monks chanting, you know, the Orthodox Tawido monks chanting in the backdrop. And oh, bro, it was a just incredible experience. Then we went to the HQ, met up with the Rassis, I held a nice reasoning, ate food together. Joyous day of sunshine. I'm going to tell you, it's a bright sunshine. You know. We have the photos and the video. And then, of course, we performed and held a reasoning with the elders there, and you know they did the 12 tribes ceremony, of course. And then that same evening we drove into Addis and we played at Villa Verde in Addis to a sold out show again. Awesome. For look out and see Pierre Habisha and people who never see us but they know the songs anyway, and people who never met us but them seem so familiar to I and I, you know, like we know them centuries, bro, like lifelong thing. So this was really a very powerful moment for I as a Rasta man, you know, for playing Africa and you know, in that way. Even though it wasn't like when you hear Bob man tell you about Bob Marley, Zimbabwe independence and things. This was like our version of that. Because the joy, you know, even when we arrived at the club, for sister, the ones them come out in that way to unknown band, we thought to them and really shows a whole heap of love. And Key that was with us, she got enough love. And you know, Sidney Salman and his band holding it in Addis and Shasha too played with us on the whole circuit. This was beautiful, my brother. Beautiful.
Mighty.
Thing, man. I encourage everyone to know about Africa. See Africa, you know, love Africa. And don't love it, car. We tell you, it's your duty as our, you know, just go love it. You when you see it, you're gonna love it. You know, that's just the way, that's all I can say about that. You know, but that definitely stand out. That definitely stand out highly in my mind, you know. Yeah, man. And
any other times that stand out to the eye?
Yeah, playing in Jamaica stand out to me always. Our album launch was great because this is the time when you get to see all the nuclear family there. I mean, I wish that I could bring everyone on tour, but even those past and gone now, many of them were there. My youth never born yet, but you know, he's been to shows with I here in Jamaica, you know what I mean? And to see my elder uncle, auntie them, granny them, and come out of the show, this is also like, you know, you can't trade that for touring in our silver and gold. These things is beautiful, you know, to sing as my mother in the audience. Beautiful thing.
All right, so let's get into the topic now. Chant and plant.
Yeah, man. Well, in the intro you said I coined it. I didn't coin it tonight. I just continue it. You know,
Okay.
Chant and plant been a thing. And
is the eye here with it first? But hold on.
But all right, but let's big up the Dub Tonic family while we're at it. Right, because I'll give you the reason, the history of the Chant and Plant. So Chant and Plant now, we'll go by Dub Tonic studio on a Lindsay Crescent. Stone there asleep on the couch. Yellow a mix. Stone there, Juba there. And Blueprint band was there because they were going to do the next night, the Battle of the Bands, which they won. And subsequently also won. And I didn't mention them earlier, but these were some of the bands where, you know, come out of this whole genesis. So they not only won the local global battle of the bands, they won the global battle of the bands as well, which was a great, again, big thing for them and for all of us. But anyway, we in the studio and thing, and may I explain to Stone, who just wake up off the couch all nighter. I said, yeah, man, we do this program in the prep school, primary and prep school, where we're doing like tree planting with them, and we donate to RADA, and you know, this is the Rural Agriculture Development Association here in Jamaica, right, which is affiliated with the Ministry of Agriculture. And we were doing work with them and thing, and Stone just kind of rub him and get on and say, oh, like a chant and plant thing. Simple so. And me and Charles up on one another, I said, Jano. But then I learned afterwards that Carryang Records and Jamaics, this was also a thing they was doing with the mighty, you name it, Garnet Silk. From them I were there too. See me? So it's a movement where they were running the agriculture thing, and we're using, the concept initially is to use these enterprises and support our thing so we can become an independent enterprise rather than you have to sign with a label, you know, become a label. Or you need to sign with a booking agent, you become your own booking agent, or sign with a manager, you become your own management. Instead of take a loan from a bank, you become your own bank. And you know, that's the vision. This is the teachings of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. This is the teachings of His Majesty, you know. And even now, these are the tenets of many modern day gurus. I see Sadhguru with the Save Soil movement, which is a powerful movement spreading out of I think Mysore is where he originates, you know, India. Powerful movement globally. In fact, I just met a brethren who was at his ashram when I was in France recently. I met a brethren who had on a Save Soil shirt and tell me he went and spent 9 months at the ashram studying there with them. So my point is that everyone can look and see, say, the earth get damage up. See, but while I still are saying, the earth is a vast, miraculous aeration, you know. So I don't think it's a question of destroying the earth. Like I hear some rhetoric, like I say, the earth is gonna be destroyed, or we don't buy that. What we are saying is we don't want man to suffer on the earth because we have all this technology, we have all this knowledge, we have all of these errors we made in the past with documented, tangible records of where we went wrong. See? So what we want to know is turn it around. We are parents. Some of us are grandparents. Some of us are youths, but we'll be parents. So we want to turn it around. We're not saying a destruction, but we like right now, we want to eat some fresh vegetables and some non-poison foods and some nutritious foods. And if they them eat meat, you want to eat some what's the term, cage free and non-GMO and non-this. I don't even know what's going on in the meat world really, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? So that the people become more healthy, and of a healthy temple is a healthy Trinity. As Haile Selassie is the power of the Trinity, but the Trinity in itself is the mind, body, and soul.
Yes, I.
Within our own irids, so the spiritual guide, I like to call Big Brother, we're guided upon the spiritual realm, and the intellectual, which is the middle brother, our sister, if it's our daughter, and then of course the physical realm, which is the smaller brother, our sister, right? And this represents the physical state, right? So you have the physical, the intellectual, and the heretical, and together combined as a Trinity, guided by the power of the Trinity, all should be well. All should be well. I mean, these things is not Steve come with it, and that's why I make sure I clarify these things floating in the aeration, my brother.
Yeah, man. They're carrying on and speak to the work that the eye is doing currently in the agricultural realm, so that people can realize that
Well, there's our work in the agricultural realm is multifaceted, because we don't want just be a PowerPoint. We want to make a point to be power.
That is it. I want people to know that this is not talk shop. Anybody say I bring on Lion Voice Network is not a talk shopist or a theorist,
A matter of fact, we're not even qualified. We're not even qualified to join the program unless it works.
Works have to be there. So I wonder I just share, some of the great works that they are doing agriculturally.
All right. Well, there's a number of things that we do, let's say ecologically, right? And some of them fall more under the agriculture, and some of them fall more under the climate change mitigation and adaptation, right? Realm. So one of the things we do, we start with the youths, which this is our 11th year now, doing a relief environmental awareness program, aka REAP, and our primary sponsor is LASCO. Again, LASCO REAP program. And in this program, we give prizes for reforestation, recycling, agribusiness, and also for talent within the youths, right? So we give 100 grand for the most trees planted, most bottles collected, best gardener, agribusiness, and we give away also tablets to the kids for best poem, best visual art, dance, song, or dub poem. And then we also give computers to the winning school, and we give also visual, audio-visual equipment such as smart TVs to winning schools. So this is our 11th year, and the schools have been very keen on it, and we purposely set out to work with 3rd to 8th grade, because this is where psychologists tell you these are the formative years in the development of a psychology. And while it might seem like just a little thing where a musician I do, we've done really extensive research into the development of the project, the rationale of the project, the parameters of the project, the incentives of the project to see. Because before, what you used to have is you get a trophy, but that go in the principal office. And when do you go? When you're youth, all the time you go in the principal office is when you're in trouble. So we find that this wasn't really motivating a lot of the youths to really become excited to do this type of work, which should be really second nature to them. So we started, we went around to schools and we interviewed them. What's the top 3 prize you'd like to see? And thing. And it's remained consistent. Sad to say that in Jamaica, we have a technological deficit. So many of the schools don't have even one computer. Many schools, the kids don't have a tablet, they don't have the internet. So in very small ways, we're trying to bridge that gap too with this project. Second project we do, because we never want us to leave it off when them graduate primary school, we do another project called Operation Clean Sweep. And this is a project that focuses on the pet and EPS pollution problem here on the island, but beyond, Caribbean wide too. And this project now, the demographic is 16 years old to 60 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, what we do in this one is we establish training workshops to speak about the environmental degradation due to PET and EPS pollution, right? Which is plastic bottle and styrofoam for the lay person who's listening. Which in Jamaica is a huge problem because most of the manufacturers in the world, not just Jamaica. Styrofoam run lunchtime, whether it's styrofoam cup and box, and also plastic bottle and plastic cup and straw and different. So recently, with a concerted effort in the island, the government has put a ban on single-use plastic, which is scandal bag we call these plastic.
Yeah, the plastic bag.
So I don't even know the right name for scandal bag. A scandal bag we call it. Right. But we call it single-use plastic bag, also on plastic straws, and many things. They put a ban which curtail usage here. They don't know 1 and 2 pop up, but working on it. So this project, even though it was prior to the ban, is a contributory factor to the behavior and to kind of curve the paradigm into a more conscious. Yeah, we don't really, if we use a plastic item, we try to use it multiple times. See, if I use a cup, we try to use it multiple times. If we use plastic, we use it for a purpose that, like watering your garden, like a watering jug or something in that way that, the value is greater. See? And then, of course, the I don't like to use the term corporate, the entrepreneurial or the value added or enterprise aspect of the project now is through Hopewell Farms, which is our business in Jamaica, here in Jamaica. We have Hopewell Farms Produce and Hopewell Farms International. And we manufacture, we grow and outsource, but we itally dehydrate and grind into powder spices, and we also do honey, coconut water, no additives, no preservatives, all that. And we've been doing it. Yeah, man, we've been doing this for 3 years. Our startups we have Scotch bonnet pepper, beetroot, ginger, turmeric, and pimento. And then we also have all natural Jamaican honey, which is we also have infusions of that with the Scotch bonnet, turmeric, and ginger as well. And we will also be releasing soursop leaf this year, this 2024, as well as moringa and guinea hen weed, right? So we're really looking to make it be a globally marketed rootical roots product, but set it up in a way so that typically what happens, the farmer man I lose. But in this case, I am the farmer man too. So what we're trying to do is set the balance a little more equal so that the farmer can benefit a lot more, and then the value added manufacturer can also benefit as well.
A win-win situation.
And this will hopefully create not only loyalty, but the missing link in Jamaica and many islands and many markets of our small size, which is considered nation North America, Europe, and Africa, is that without a conglomerate or a consolidation of output, we wind up not being able to supply the market. So our effort is also not that we want to be at the top of the pyramid, but we want to be a part of this overall cooperative, global cooperative, right? But starting in Jamaica and the Caribbean, where we can produce and supply non-GMO, ital, wholesome, nutritious herbs, spices, honeys, and also we're going to be going into holistic nutritional supplement as of this year as well, But now to really create a further option. And then we take it a step further by, I mentioned again earlier, putting excellence into our quality, our packaging and our marketing and production, our marketing messaging, right? And of course, our customer service, right? And by doing those things, we can envision only greatness for the brand going forward. Now, once the brand is up and running out of infancy. The idea is to then create a closed loop or an open loop for that matter, a circular funding program where we can now start developing more art in Jamaica, not just music, but art and culture in general, which will be encompassing theater, dance, music and music development, and also the business of music, which I know the I is very instrumental in. Your Lion's Voice hold from the genesis. You've been very big on, establishing especially the music.
And we have the Jamaica Music Conference, so we can partner. We can partner on those things.
Part of this as well, yes. And now you said it, and even this whole forum is sort of an illustration of this, which is now with these new technologies, Patreon you mentioned earlier, with these new platforms, these new technologies, these new ideas, these new ways to connect, here comes an industry that we can, as the underground and as the sort of, let's call it the upsetters, create something now that can be also financially viable. But not
that's
with
the key right now. Everything we do have to be financially viable.
Correct, but not with the goal to take a billion exit, which is what is the order today. Everyone I know now in high-end business, their thing is like build it to X and then retire on a yacht. But our thing is not a yacht.
No. Our thing is Zion. Your thing named Zion.
I'm going to get a shirt that said not a yacht. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, our thing is Zion on earth.
Yeah, our thing is the Black Star Line.
We're not Zionists, so
yeah, Black Star Line all the way.
Yeah, it's done. And I love that because I have the formal education from Howard, the marketing background, practically with Lasco, and you're taking all of your life experiences with the music, everything, and now you're applying it to benefit the farmer and that direct consumer relationship. So very, very powerful.
An example. You see, the very earlier you mentioned about, and we kind of got, I don't know, now I get sidetracked off His Majesty, but the question posed forward was, how, in my personal view, how did His Majesty come to the fore? And I'll give you this real quick. My brethren Burhan, we go check him in Florida, and at the time there was a thing with a brethren of mine who was also learning child. He's not among us anymore. And the question was put forth that if you don't see Haile Selassie as divine, then he's not a Rasta. See? But this is a very difficult, and I'm happy that we have this forum that we can speak freely on it, because this, my brother, was like, I mean, even though I have joy remembering it, because the same question that had me wondering, like, if I am now going to accept to say that Haile Selassie, who you wear proudly in triple on your head, on your crown right now, you know, for show you represent the triple crown. Said
me no left Haile. Me no left Haile.
Ever you never left Haile.
From me find him, I never realize. So.
I now go left Haile. See, but I'm saying no. This brethren was putting it forth to me in a more antagonistic way to try and do. If you understand, to derail me, if you say him a more Rasta than me, or whatever the case may be, and it perplexed me, brethren. I'm gonna take a Greyhound ride from Washington D.C. to Miami, Florida. See, and the whole trip it perplexed me on the way down to Miami, which was over 26 hours, and it perplexed me the week before, about a couple strong before it give me that sound there. You know. It dep on my mind, and I got you. And I met with my brethren Baran, and you know, bring some herb for me in Miami, and I bought a split for that reason. And Mr. Baran, tell me something. What's your view on Haile Selassie being the Christ Almighty and being God Almighty? Do you accept that, or do you not accept that? This brethren is the Orthodox, the Orthodox brethren. And him simply said to me, well, Ross, that's your personal decision. Yeah. And in those simple, that's your personal decision, 4 words. It's like the man open up the kingdom. Right. You know,
Free
simple
will.
as you see it there. Simple
Free
as you see
will.
it. The man will say, yo, my brother, that's your own personal choice, personal perspective, and personal decision. See, and even when I say it's the tears in my eyes, my brethren, car, the joy. It made it made me invincible in a rasta now. Like you say, now go put on early. Them some little man I try make me put on early and try bring up this little doubt thing in a man's mind. I would crush it. No. Through liberty, but at that time as a teenager and as a young ras, this
Yes.
thing, like it shook me up. And then this same question that shook me up brought me to salvation, which is an ongoing thing, by the way.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
tell people I came in the movement as a skeptic because when I meal and Star them I talk about and share when I talk about highly Selassie, me think to the
Yes,
man them mad, you know. Me
big
think
up
to
the
the
whole
man
of
them
them,
are mad
brethren.
out. You know, me check to the man them lose their
Yeah.
mind because them
When
time
them
they
there we done Rasta, then it was all of us together, you know. Don't forget.
yeah. And I
It's
thought that,
all of
you
us
know,
together.
I thought that it was just a kind of, you know, man, a jump on a fad and me
And my
start to
brother,
do
I want you know that
research.
many, not just the I, but many my own family members, many people thought
Yeah,
that.
man.
Most of my
Um,
friends in Jamaica here said, because I remember I hadn't visited Jamaica, you know. So them just hear a rumor say, you see a chat bunks, beer lion and natty up and yeah. And them I say, yo, Mayor says Stephen finally gone mad. One spliff too many. See me? Yeah, man, we hear the whole thing. But while all of that was going on, there's a greater thing happening, which is inside your temple, my brethren and sisters out there listening, right? And you don't have to be, that's the beauty of highly unlike these religion. You don't have to accept nothing when no one, nobody not force nothing.
nobody not
You just
forcing
be
the eye.
still. Just be still, and His majesty and fullness of all of everything within the Christ child shall reveal to the eye. Simple as that.
We don't try convert people around here.
No, we don't convert, and we
But
don't.
it's a divine conception of the heart, you
No,
know.
yeah, and we don't discourage.
No,
Right? We don't
and
discourage.
and and after this time, which you know, almost 30 years in the trad, we've seen many rise and fall, as you say. Many come, pass through for a month. Some come for a couple of years.
Too
Some,
many
you
to
know,
count. Too many,
not to
and
count.
and somewhere you at one time.
Yes,
I
you
think if
never
it
would
wasn't
guess.
worthy, the
Yeah,
blood fire even go amongst them, man. They know them mar up in a most dreadful way. I don't even mean to trim locks, but in them mar them own mind and mar them
yes,
conception of the king and mar them own philosophy. You know, see it, or some of them, and this is it, you know, like some seed fell on by the wayside, and the
the
birds of
parable
the
of the
air
soul.
swooped, and some seed fell in the tawny
Yeah,
ground
man.
and were
Shallow
choked out.
soil.
Some fell in the shallow, rocky soil and had no roots, and the sun blazed them scorched to death. And some
Yeah,
fell in
man.
the ground. And this is, you know, in my world and my life, not only a great parable or allegory within for the Rasta movement, but it's also for the music movement. Right? Because this is going to the question earlier of content in music and the message, right? This what happening, you know. Everyone start off with that very powerful thing, you know. 'Cause everyone is to come out of the said so basket, but
Yeah.
then these consequence and circumstance and choice of life cause man to go astray, right? And then within that, now you also have just a simple thing, you know, where this Luciferian pride, you know, because people have this idea, you know, where they want to say they are the concept of the devil, but you see, this is a concept of sin. Yeah, Jehovah's, and people like to blame the devil for them what are wrong doing. You
The
see,
devil doesn't play music. He's a chief
yeah,
musician.
the devil get a bad rap all the while. When a man know full well
The devil
what him
doesn't
out for
be
doing.
himself. Him doesn't be himself.
A man know full well what him out for doing. Say what the man do now. The man say, I hear me, I'm gonna do it, and just blame it upon the devil.
Yeah.
And then further down, a man divide that into the 7 sins. But there's wisdom in all things, my bro. So what you can see now is, if the devil that plague you is vanity, then the angel that will bring you salvation is humility, right? And this is called the cardinal virtues to counteract that. If you want to get scholastic on it, but
Okay,
the
okay.
cardinal virtues counteract these so-called
The
seven
deadly
deaths.
sin them.
Yeah, counteract it, and it's a logic. Sky, watch it now. What is them say? Lust is to hold it is the opposite. So this is the counteraction. See me? Is gluttony, fasting. See me?
Yes.
Pride, humbleness. We don't like to say humility, 'cause Babylon make humility be a double-edged thing where humility can be a shame to
Yeah.
Babylon. But when you say humbleness, don't make you shame, it makes you be filled with glory. So everything we're out there where a man could conceive to be wrong. Seeing there's a counteraction, but it all starts within. Because the king man is within and the kingdom.
And your frequency, how you vibrate,
Right.
because everything you do come with frequency. Hold on, we have our elder tuning in from Guyana, Ras Zola.
Wow.
He said, I want all the players and singers of him works for chant and plant, Rastafari, food sovereignty, black liberation sound, chanting from GT, Respect, Ras Kwasi, and Ras Zola. I'll be in contact with the I soon. Ras Zola is one of the elders we're working on. I told you about the ITAL certification standard. Ras Zola has the food sovereignty project up in Toronto. He's running a whole black sovereignty food program for the entire Canada. Right now, as a Nyabingi elder, the brethren is doing mighty work in Canada. He's on the forefront, and he will be helping us to really lay out this ITAL certification standard. So big up yourself, elder. Razola, and we're gonna have him on this program. We're gonna make it happen too, Razola. So,
I would like to hear all about, because listen, you see the reasoning seal again, which is that all of these sparks is always happening globally, but now the technology bridge the gap.
That is it.
Connection can be made much quicker. Now a man with a customer say, yo, you know much nastiness and rare I go on internet, but we are say, yeah, but you don't have to go to that channel there. You see, you have to just go to the channel. It's like when a man say, yo, the algorithm a plague me. I say, yeah, but here why the algorithm benefit a man like Stephen Newland now. Because when I looking up things, it's construction for the farm, or may I look up ITAL fertilizers, or may I look up planting technology and permaculture, and ones who are doing this and things we can benefit here in Jamaica and help to feed the poor and beyond. So you keep your work in a certain lane, and then this righteousness in abundance, my brother.
Well, this is the information age that we're in. Whatever you conceptualize, you will be surrounded by.
That's it.
You know what I mean? And the internet is just a manifestation. Whatever your thoughts are, your algorithm are gonna reflect your thoughts. You know what I mean? So we're literally in the era where your thoughts become manifest. By what you're doing. So we really have to be responsible. Yeah, man, and accountable to what we are doing and how we're spending our time. I want to just read out some of these comments here.
Yes, I love it.
If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I have to big up Ramia King Design, our sponsor. I've been drinking from my tumbler. Make sure you go to their website, order your tumbler. They are sponsors.
No, it's not a tumbler, Ras. It's a get up, stand up cup.
Get up, stand up cup.
You don't tumble.
You can't tumble.
No, you can't tumble.
But you can put hot and cold liquids in here.
Yeah,
Keep the temperature. You see me every show. Me use me something. Ramia King Design. Big up yourself, Ras Lage, and the family. Support.
And I want to big up your sponsors too. This is what's causing. Yeah, I want to big up your sponsors too, even though I don't know them all by name, but it gives the program tangibility, longevity, and power. Because we need the whole thing, We need the whole thing. It's coming together. Hey, when you check out what go on the continent right now, it's a nice thing go on, despite the colonial and the neo-colonial, right? So like even I seen today, where the French embassy been closed in Niger. You seen this news?
I didn't see that.
I seen where Mali is now kicked out French as their what you call first language.
Yes, yes, I saw that.
Seen many things more. I don't want to get political, but say in a political sphere, you need things that are counter political to those things, which take a form of political till it fulfill. And I will even give the example of what I see Ibrahim Traore is doing, taking up the mantle of a Thomas Sankara in Burkina Faso.
Yeah, man.
And just
Africa rising. Africa's
yeah,
rising.
these are the things we got for glory in massive.
Yeah,
I
man.
was
They're
telling
kicking
the
out the
IRAS
French, the leeches.
when I'm in land in Addis Ababa for the first time, 2018, and coming on the on the little ramp that come out of the plane. I tell you this when you're in the yard last week. I will look and see the glory of just straight Ethiopian Airlines.
Yeah, man. The
30
lion.
more down the line, the lion, the ice grow and green go down. And then in my own recollection, I can remember watching Lion of Judah documentary and seeing when His Majesty established this. That them thing that give you great power enough to show you say within a trad of even 60, 70 years, how it take a spark to make the fire go. See it. And this is the number one carrier of the continent, as you know. As a man
Yeah, man. It's connecting the continent. The highest of himself shall establish her.
FaceTime
We
continuous.
don't have no doubt about this thing right now because even when we were young rasses, we never have as much evidence as we had now for even see when we dig
No, it's
deeper. We
just
see
incredible.
how the continent is unfolding. We see the brilliance of His Majesty, what he did with the Organization of African Unity, how all the African embassies are in Addis, making sure that the colonial powers can't have undue influence over them because Ethiopia is independent and sovereign. Because if it was in Senegal, France would have tampered with the thing. If it was in Ghana, Britain would have,
Gabon,
all of these different colonial subjects. Having it said in Ethiopia just set the foundation firm, so that even now when Ethiopia is on the brink of civil war, we see the institutions His Majesty has set is tying it together so that they cannot rip it apart. And we have to.
But all right, let me touch on the civil war real quick.
Yeah, man.
This is a poignant moment for me to touch on this. When visiting Addis Ababa in 2018, August 29, I touched on the day after my earth struck in 2019, and I drove around Bole, and I drove around downtown, and we never got a chance. At the time, there was strife, bombing was going, and there was assassination of some members of parliament, and other things was going on. But the development we were seeing was undeniable. It looked like how Manhattan, New York, might have looked in 1850 or 1870. You understand? Crazy amount of skyscraper under construction and roads and major developments, overpasses and highways, and major things are happening. All right. Flash forward one more year. Go forward again the following July 23 now. We actually landed on the July 21 and we were in Ethiopia till July 25. And at that time, it was incredible to see just in 7 short months or 8 short months how much progress had happened in that time. You understand? No, at the time, yes, I won't call the name, but there was a half Habesha, half Saudi businessman, billionaire, right? Who was just pumping in money and right. Since that time, my brethren, what we see happen? All of a sudden, no unrest, smell a rat.
Oh, definitely. They're trying to destabilize.
Smell a colonial rat.
Yeah, man, they're trying to destabilize their best, but His Majesty tied the thing together so tightly with these institutions, or else Ethiopia would have tear apart from Mengistu time, but it's even so knit together. Genius.
As your book has illustrated over and over, remember it's an ancient struggle for the kingdom.
Yeah, man, for the throne.
So all of this now is taking place at a time when, it can't hide like what it used to hide. You just alluded due to people are wising up. There's new channels that are not that mainstream thing. A man can ban it so easy, or the man get more courageous for reason, Man, I make some trad now where them never used to want to make because the propaganda make you feel like as you drop in Ethiopia, it's malaria. I go touch you up and famine in your belly, I go swell. Right? Because this has been the propaganda from we are the world, from we are youth in the USA for Africa days, right? And Live Aid and all of these things, you know. And now that we learn a lot more about the culture and the civilization and the why the colonial and the neo-colonial powers want it so bad, we're starting to see as well, oh, hold on. Not only do they want it, them can't do without it. So no Mama Africa because we the Rasta or we the black, I say Mama Africa, you know. This is Mama of the whole earth, my brother. This is the Mama. This no country on the earth. They can run, you know. Venezuela, even Guyana know them have a little thing I go on because the Esquibo, oil fine and this and that. But no place can run for no prolonged period of time without Mama. Just like no child can really strive without Mama. So all of these things, you know, we want to be able to look at them in a global perspective, but we also want to take it in the microcosm and learn that there's a universe within the universe, you know, and see that, oh, here comes the metaphor of the bigger picture, the allegory of the bigger picture now through this African struggle that we're faced. Because if I struggle for our own self, you know, if I could have said I am the continent of Africa, in the same way I am being exploited and trying to be robbed of my riches and trying to be robbed of my goodness and my resources, see? And I'm trying to be robbed by these people who don't want to see the greater good for my offspring. In my own self, may I say?
Yes, I.
Much less, you know, multiplied by 1.7 billion.
And I want to touch on that point there because in terms of struggle, we spoke off camera about, and we agreed that 2024 is going to be a year of great tribulation globally with food shortage, with the war that's happening in the Middle East, the Suez Canal likely closed down. The Red Sea right now is effectively closed down.
And all
Strait of Hormuz is going to be closed down. Inflation. You talked about some of the global weather conditions, how they've impacted Jamaica. Talk to us about the food security, how important food security is right now, and then talk about the role of musician in terms of preparing the people for what is to come. Do Rastafari artists, musicians have a responsibility to prepare the population for what is to come?
Well, all right. That's a tough question. People always hear the politician them say, that's a great question. Right? That's a tough question.
This is a Rastafari platform, so we get deep in the thing, you know, straight.
Don't mind taking a tough question.
Straight,
first,
you know,
Gideon
Gideon
qualifies said that earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof.
Okay.
And all of I and I that dwell therein. See? So within that, it don't become the Rasta musician responsibility exclusively, but becomes mankind responsibility to develop that consciousness of because people deny says even a problem, you know. You see. But we want to really accept and see what the issues are, not in this sort of conspiracy theory way or agenda driven way, but something in reality that we can look and say, right, you know, say we used to have more breadfruit last year, now we have less. What's the reason behind that? How can we alleviate? See? And take this approach with everything. In other words, to even look at to say a man would say, all right, remember when you're a youth and them show you the map of Jamaica and them tell you say in Manchester is citrus and aluminum, and then in St. Mary's banana, and right? But I said to the I as a farmer now say even this weather pattern thing, start making that certain crops don't thrive again in Jamaica, don't thrive in the way they used to, due to rain pattern change. Some crops that we couldn't grow, we can grow better now. Some varieties we need to look into, right? Not all food science is bad, right? Some of the food science is done by some brilliant minds where is allowing to battle the scarcity problem. But and this comes with a big but, I would say, just like the mainstream commercial entities, because they have the big bucks, they are very money driven, right? But B, easy to replicate something where look good and package and deliver it to the people in a way that seems palatable and good which is not good, right? And this is not only food again, my brother, but this is religion, politics. This is a lot of things, philosophy, right? Even man on sociology. See, so the food crisis now is coming also from this population scenario, but it's not a population scenario alone. You see, people quick every time they want to get a shortcut. Beware, right? There is a population. There has been a population explosion in 100 years. However, what people are not aware of is that there's birth rate decline on almost every continent right now, which is something you can Google and check too. So while we're saying that there's 8 billion or counting, we're also saying that this 8 billion is in a risk, a big risk for many reasons. I mean, we're traveling to Scandinavia. I think they give you 300 grand euro to have a child now. You know that, right? They encourage this problem. In Italy, I think they have the oldest population, or at that time when I heard this information, Italy had the oldest population because people was said, "Yo, now the youth thing, corporate now do it," or a woman would have said, "I'm gonna follow my career," or now that I can take fertility drugs, I'm gonna wait till I'm older. So a lot of these factors now affect the sociology of reproduction, of the psychology of what a global family look like, and how to feed such a family. You see? Then when you start happening, man start mass produce things, food, the type of food that some man eat, my brother, get away now. Can't
Not
be nothing
even food, it's synthetic materials.
material, and it's sad because when that happens, there is a longevity of how it affects your intellect, how it affects your soul, how it affects your body. Naturally, I mean, maybe first your body, but the rest of those things after. Because if you're sick for a prolonged period of time, start to affect your mind, definitely will affect your spirit. So these are some of the things, but this is a sort of philosophical thing. The practical approach is to really start look on it like this now. If every man go to the plant store and buy some tomato, I mean, I know it's winter where you don't know, and probably cold and thing, but when spring come in the case of colder climates here in Jamaica are different. Start planting, get to planting, There's chanting in our chant and plant moniker. The chant represents the sort of discussion and the philosophy around it, and the strategizing and the sort of how behind how we're going to do it, and then the planting is the doing it, right? So the chanting, some people say, "Oh, chanting is music, and the planting is the farm." In my world, Stephen Newland, yes, that's true, but in a bigger way, we're saying you can't have words without works. The works is the plant, and the chant is the words.
See him so.
Said way, So we again, them have a thing where Christ say it never come for demolish the law, but establish it. Just like no, we are coming to establish Rastafari works, not to destroy it or veer left or come with an alternative plan or some other, I call it now, dark strategy or whatever the devil want to come with, right? None of it can go wrong, the highest thing. So we just want to be in line with the highest
thing. The foundation is set.
Foundation.
We have 17 of I and I on live. If you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have great Ross Stephen from Rootz Underground here, and I Bonafide family here tonight. We're having a conversation about music, agriculture, food security, everything that is important right now, family. Talk to us about, you gave Iman some exclusive information based on the flooding that happened in Jamaica and your concern about some of the products.
All right.
So for the Jamaica viewers, because I realize I have a grassroots following in Jamaica, but walking on me hungry. Big up I Warrior. And you see a room full of Ras, and the whole of them say, yeah, man, we watch Lion Voice, and trust me, it made Iman day, so the ones on the ground in Jamaica.
And I want to say to them, brethren, we're there, we do, bless up. I don't get to see you often enough because we're there on the farm, but everyone still blazing the fire. People ask me, you do music, I wrote them say, you do music, Natty? You still do music? I would say, yeah, man,
Yeah,
sometime.
man, you can't stop that. I tell people as creators, we can't stop music. There's not a choice that we have. It's not like we have a choice. We're going to seal up very shortly, but talk to us about what are the crops that you
All
are
right, so
concerned about in terms of shortage.
I'm concerned about all the crops, and let me explain why.
Okay.
What is happening now, and this is not just limited to Jamaica, but to places that have had unseasonal weather in the States, it has happened too, right? Um, since the COVID-19 till now, farming has had upheaval in terms of output, input, timelines, scopes, tracks, rails, everything. Why that is because various reasons. In Jamaica, we had a disruption in our tourism product, and what that meant was that when hotels had closed down, farmer were produce 10,000 bushel of melon. Them don't have no market for them thing now. The thing spoil, they lose a bunch of money. They stop producing melon on that scale, right? Since this year and last year, what has been happening is because we had unseasonal rain, we had drought conditions really for years. Actually, we have been drought conditions for the past 7 years. Um, but then rain come and flood us out too. Some man who hypothetically a man in January say, I'm gonna spend $1 million on putting in some crops in the ground. Rain come lick out $1 million. He put in $1 million, he was to take out $2 million in returns, in a dollar return. But he lost 800 grand because of various factors, including weather. This time, he don't have the money because instead of having the 2 million and he was going to reinvest half of that, he now has 200 grand. So now he can only reinvest 100. Or if he want to push it, he might borrow or had a little nest egg and put in half the money now, 500 grand, which is half the food. Rain lick him again. See, this time now, he'll probably lose maybe not half, but he'll lose a quarter. But it's a quarter of a half. See? So as this timeline happens, remember that food takes time to grow. So things are the 3 month timeline. You have 6 weeks, you have 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Everything disrupt. So the man them was planting pepper like I never get to plant pepper. We just about to put pepper in the ground, which means it's not till March and April we're supposed to reap pepper. But if flood lick us or some unseasonal thing lick us again, pepper get lick again. Now, what does this mean for the average consumer? Well, Coronation market price is gonna go up. Farmers have to sell for more because fertilizer price and farming production output prices are up, not down, and no one is giving a bly because of these conditions, right? So, quick fix is one, we need some more government subsidy in Jamaica and around to say, encourage the farmers now to put the crops in the ground as needed in the quantity with the return yields that we are looking for again and try to get things back on track. But even more important is for farmers to kind of get more diverse with the types of crops they're planting, not only for sale but personal need. You know? So this has become a
Yes.
very, very, very important thing. I mean, last year, what about 3 months we couldn't get Irish potato, right? I planted some Irish potato, but I never planted till I realized so we couldn't get none of this. A thing I eat every day. For example, right? Carrot was a thing, we couldn't get no carrot. Even Scotch bonnet pepper, which is part of our business, price went from 150 a pound to 900 a pound last Christmas.
Wow.
Just to give you an example, now in a situation where many people are unemployed or underemployed or undercompensated for their employ, it become a dread scenario, because it's already been a battle for food to be put on the table. See, much less now on top of it, and I mean we can't really cut back any further than where we're there now. I mean, man, I eat all what them call plastic rice at Jamaica. It is rumored, and fish ribs. I don't know if you know about fish ribs.
Wow. It sounds dreadful.
Yeah, it's a thing nowadays when them cut fillet, then we sell you about the fish head and the fish skeleton, where you can use to make fish tea and eat. Some man butter that and name it, bro.
Wow.
Things can be.
So I just want the family know how serious the times are. I've been saying it on this channel for some time. Prepare, prepare, prepare.
Prepared.
You know what I mean? Right now it's not a joke time. This is a real
A little more oil in your lamp. What was he talking about? A little more oil in your lamp.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you really have to, you know, your real character are gonna show in these days. You know, the angels, the demons, all of them are gonna reveal in these days. So you really have to firm up yourself. Those of us who have been trotting from time, it's time to implement those skills, create your economy, become independent in real life. You know, use the World Wide Web, all of these things to create your tribe and to create your community, because you cannot do this alone. So I give thanks to reconnect with my brethren who I saw when I was in Jamaica. My brother block him name and the man appear, you know. So we give thanks for really see the manifestation.
And likewise, I want to say to you, Kwasi, and your team and the Lions Voice, you know, we really give thanks for have, you know, more ones like the I and and in the African movement, you know, forward to Africa movement. Who's really putting out the knowledge and giving even I and other man like I the opportunity to be out there and get sparking, we call it, get sparking, get ideas moving and get,
yeah, man.
you know, and also I would say, you know, because this is part of the encouragement. A lot of times we speak about collective security, but the real collective security begins in you, in your oneself. So you want to get all of your systems together, working in unity, to start creating a better output. When that output is big enough now, when you come to a meeting, you're not coming too long and you come with some input.
Something. No weak link. No weak link right now.
All right. I'm very happy to hear you put it that way, Brethren. Because the D Brown would tell you, said, a chain is as strong as its weakest link.
That is it.
And we want to be very,
Judas. Remember said Judas sell out Yeshua, you know. We're not time for that again. Every man have to be judged by their works.
Would ever want to be doubt? Would ever want to have a doubt? You know, every man have
to get judged by his works. The elder Zola said, black food sovereignty come from our ancestors in Africa.
Yes.
Black food sovereignty is the way people of African descent live pre-colonization. Our African foodways, our sustainable food system from creation.
Yeah.
Big up. I think that's a fitting seal. Jason said, Rastafari live. Sister Brandy said, those are I and I. Ear Ja works. She says, Sun Food Sovereignty. Big up all of the Lion Pride family for tuning in. We have,
and you know what, Kwasi? I want to say a quick thing too, you know, because even in Howard, I got this book called by Lally O Africa, and I still have it on my shelf, and I get recipes from it. It's called African Holistic Health.
Yes.
Right. And I would recommend every black man around the earth to get a copy of this book. And this book will also show you, you know, a whole heap of things. I remember I said this about 99. We get this in our 98, you know, bro.
Yeah.
So them time they never even had the internet in the way it is now, but there are things that we the African, our chemistry is made up in a certain way that is unique. See, so don't have to run, go follow. You get me? I show you any little diet where you see on internet in a Rasta, because your own body chemistry is totally different, and there is a glory in the anciency that's lost in the contemporary. You know, so I wanted to add on to what Razola said.
No, definitely. Yeah. We've reached over 2 hours. I want to give the eye.
But I do our next 20.
This is part one. This is part one. I have to get familiar with the platform. You've been at JMC. This is a new platform, so we're going to make sure there is a regular contributor. We're going to do some panel discussions, different things. So get used to the platform.
And musicians notice something. We never talk about any new album, any new single.
And there is a marketing specialist, so you're supposed to know.
I will have all of them things there, you know. But
yeah,
this is not the time for it.
No, but I'm going to give you a chance to let the people know how they can support.
I only have black that sound and natty because I want to show a man said that every time see a camera, it need for frightened over these things, Brett.
Yes, truly.
There's other works that is just as important.
Yeah, man.
And don't forget, not everyone, every youth can be a musician like I know.
No.
for you. So we need to also empower them in different fields and different straight. You know, His Majesty teaches us this, that we must excel and strive in variety of fields, my bro.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
that's how we there with it too, you know.
And,
And within our own self, get more skills. There is a musician, a talk show host, an attorney at law, and many, many other things. Yehovah's and I'm on likewise. Wear many Toms.
that
See,
is it.
so
That is it.
I encourage other man to do that and do not be frustrated by a skill where you have. You learn it when you're young.
No,
You know them way there. You have it, you have it. Just
you
put it
have
on.
it. The, the,
Yeah.
the, the parable of the man with the talents, you know, the
I
talents. You can't bury your talent.
No,
You
never.
know, you have to multiply and utilize them, you know. So give the people a way they can contact the social media,
Of course.
how they can connect with the music, all of them things there, because
We do that quick enough. I know you have time issue and we don't but yeah, I mean, well, it's Rootz Underground with a Z for lightning. ROOTZ for lightning, Rootz Underground. And you can check us out. I mean, if you Google it, you're going to see the YouTube, them music were coming out. We released a bunch of music. We released a triple album during the COVID, you know. But we never promoted it because we saw that many people are losing loved ones and other things. We felt it wasn't right to be kind of trying to do commercial works in a period like this. So we put the music out for healing, but we never did put a lot of marketing. But it speaks for itself, so you can check that when you're ready. And we're happy to say we put the King I threat on all three, red, gold, and green.
nice.
So it's Triple Crown, said we represent, yeah. So that's the red, gold, and green. And then this year we have the Dread Fire Tower, which will release shortly. Rootz Underground again. And you know, in the middle of that too, we had the Inner the Yard Family Affair album, which I was humbled to be a part of as well. Big up the legends there. And you know, in terms of the food now, spices, you can check us Hopewell_Farms JA on Instagram, and you can see some of what we are dealing with life on the farm, as well as some of what the products we're pushing out. And help us to connect it, you know, because you know what thing is not for fame and glory nor vanity and riches, but for the benefit of Africa and the holistic benefit of mankind.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, and we'll make sure we also add the links in the description.
Yeah, it would be great.
Because hundreds of people will watch this after the fact.
Yeah, beautiful.
We give thanks for 16 of I and I online. If you're not,
give thanks.
If you're not subscribe to the platform. Join us in the Patreon, into the inner circle. Tomorrow we have our second episode of Lion Love dropping. We're interviewing a powerful sister Sela, talking about her challenges with relationships within the Livity and her view on life. So, you know, we're going into the relationship section because we realize that we have to fix this issue we have with our Rastafari Pan-African families, because we can't do no work if we don't have stable families. You know, we have to heal the brokenness. So we'll take on them thing there. And we want everyone to join us on the journey. We have tons of content. Remember, I Never Knew TV. We're going to start Lion Voice on that platform in the new year. We have some big interviews that we have scheduled. This is just the beginning. We're getting ready to take this thing to the next level, family, because we know, and the item know, from I started this platform, that the time has come for the Lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion Voice.
Lion Voice. I.
Rastafari. Love, my brother. Love, my brother.
Love. Rasquasi.
Yes, I.
That much, my brother.
From that time until this time.
Man. And you see, you're one of the brethren why you see why I show you know how important it is, you know, because I remember when I met you first as a young teenager. You know, and to see the mightyful works that you're putting out within the movement and going that extra mile, walking like you're talking, and encouraging others to do so, and giving us same way, you know, our next platform again to put out this positive message of togetherness, love, and global harmony. You know, I said together within the guidance of the Most High and all the ones out in the world where He support us. Love to the eye, and you know, keep up the good work. Yeah, man.
Because I know too much people doing positive work and I can't see it
Yeah,
from
but
things, so
the
I know I have to create that
most that are
platform.
going on, is most that are going on in the earth, bro.
Too
Remember that.
much.
Let not your heart be dismayed, children of Zion who's listening. Right? It's mostly positive are going on the earth.
They're not
It's just
showing.
that negative is the man that will control the media array right now.
Yeah, man.
Full
Them a
of
push.
negative.
Them a
But spend
push the
some time
mix
with
up.
nature, be in tune with nature, and you will realize what I'm saying is also true.
So yeah, man. So perfect love. And again, Lion Voice.
I'm Nana Farika. The time has come for the lioness to tell her story from her viewpoint and tell the world who Queen Omega is. This is the lion's voice.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.